Another question. What are correlated subqueries and how can they be an issue?
Uh, what a correlated subquery is it's a subquery inside of your main query where it references something that is changing on every row, for instance. So uh, let's say you're selecting from a table called orders, and then you have a subquery that says, give me the count, select count of the number of rows in order items for that order. Well, that has to be run n times, where n is the number of rows in the orders table, meaning that if you have 5 million orders and you're just trying to get the count for each one of those, uh, it's got to be run 5 million times in that case. So similar to the functions where it's a multiplier because the work is being done once for every single row. Now, let's just take that orders and order items example where you need to know how many order items there were. If you just did a single big query that scanned the order items table and grouped by order ID and gave you a count and then just joined that to your orders table, that could give you the same results without being a correlated subquery, meaning it's one longer running query for the one time it runs, but it's faster than running a small query like 5 or 10 million times. So we'll always want to watch out for those correlated subqueries. Typically where we see them is either in the where clause or in the select columns. So like in the example of the order item count that I just talked about, that example was they were selecting from the order table, and then in the columns that were being returned, it said select count from the order items where the order ID equaled something. And again, that's one of those that can really bog down a query when you're getting into a big number of rows. And it might be that it works great in your development environment, excuse me, or it might be that it works great on smaller tables or smaller data sets, but then you get that one client that has a whole lot, or that one customer that has whole lot more data in the system, and everything bogs down with it. So I'm not saying don't ever use functions in the where clause or don't ever use correlated subqueries. What I'm saying is that if you have a performance issue, take a look at those things, because those are kind of common things that jump out that could be really impacting overall performance.